Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2024 graduation ceremony for Beck Teacher Training, Colchester Teacher Training Consortium, and Suffolk and Norfolk Initial Teacher Training. The ceremony is going to be... I like that woo, well done. The ceremony is going to be starting very soon, but just a couple of messages before we get going. We understand that you will want to use your mobile phones to take pictures and record parts of tonight's ceremony, but we would ask that you refrain from making or taking any calls while we are underway. It is a special day of celebration, and we encourage you to be present here and enjoy every moment of this event, and save all of your social media posting for later on. Feel free to take as many photographs as you like, but please be mindful to keep the aisles clear and make sure that you aren't blocking the view of anyone behind you. We hope you really enjoy yourselves today, and while it is a formal occasion, it is absolutely a celebration. And I know many of you have graduated before, but absolutely celebrate your postgraduate achievements as well. Please feel free to clap and cheer all of your support crew. We hope you make lots of noise tonight. And please support all of our graduating students who've all worked so hard to achieve these qualifications. If anyone has any small children with them or anyone becomes a bit restless, please feel free to step outside. You can come back into the marquee so you won't miss your student's big moment. A presentation photograph will be taken of each graduating student as you cross the stage, and those will be available for purchase from Marston Events in the foyer immediately after the ceremony, the waterfront building foyer. The nearest toilets are located at the back of the marquee, the rear door to the side there. And while we are not expecting any fire alarms, if we do need to evacuate for any reason, please follow directions from the stage and from our stewards. There are fire exits in every corner of this building. At the end of the ceremony, our graduates will leave via the main exit, and our stewards will then guide our guests out of the marquee, and you can meet your graduates on the waterfront to celebrate and take hundreds and hundreds more pictures. If you could turn your attention to the screen, we've just got a short video presentation. So as I said to some of you when you came in earlier, this might feel a bit like assembly, and this is the bit there where there's audience participation. So graduates, remaining question, are you ready to graduate? Okay, we'll give it one more go. Are you ready to graduate? Thank you. If I could ask, if you can, please be upstanding to watch the procession.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome. My name is Jenny Hyam and I'm the new Vice-Chancellor at the University of Suffolk. It's really wonderful to see so many of you here this evening. Please take a seat and the ceremony will commence. So on this beautiful evening, I warmly welcome you to this graduation ceremony for our teacher training partners, Billericay Education Consortium, Colchester Teacher Training Consortium, and Suffolk and Norfolk Initial Teacher Training. What's more, you're all experts, you're postgraduate, so you may have done this before. If you didn't graduate before and come across the stage, I hope you enjoy the experience, but it is so pleasing that you've chosen to come today and celebrate with us. Thank you. And to the audience on the left, I also, and behind, extend a very warm welcome. You're the support crew, and you've lived and breathed it, I don't doubt, together. And so it's wonderful that so many are here. So, the cohort of 2024, in this days of celebration, it's extraordinary the lengths to which some people have travelled to get here. Many have travelled thousands of miles. Some have walked to the ceremony, and some, like some of you here, perhaps have caught on the A12 that almost seemed one of the most hard parts to navigate. So as new Vice-Chancellor, I would like to pause and say I'm really enjoying my time here at the university, but I'd also like to pay tribute and thanks to my predecessor Helen Langton, which I'm sure many of you have met, and thank her for 6 great years of leadership. Today is another milestone in your careers and a huge stepping stone on your journey. Of course, you will receive a certificate, but as you know well, this really doesn't summarise the knowledge and skills that you've gained. And also, I'm sure many of you have developed, mainly in very pleasant ways, but probably in some other ways during this rather stressful last phase of study. We know how much tenacity you need to get to the end, and potentially the sacrifices that have been made to family life, your sense of humour, your sleeping, and other elements. You also have navigated in new environments where you've had to learn, and that's not always easy. This university values greatly partnerships of a wide variety. And I'll give you a few examples of those. They are definitely enriching and adding vibrancy to the community. As you walked along from having got your robes, there's a grey and black and white sort of striped building, the James Hare building next door. And that contains some teaching and laboratories, but a new initiative, which we're doing jointly with the NHS, of dentistry. There are 10 fabulous dental chairs with some of the best views, I think, in the country. And as you may have personally been aware, there is a terrible deficit in dental provision, particularly in this part of the country. And so it's marvellous that we've started training dental hygienists and dental therapists to offer service through the NHS in those facilities. We're constantly reviewing the programmes we should teach. We're including pharmacy. We're also developing an esports BSc. So gaming and creativity is something that the UK is actually very good at and is driving parts of the economy. So we're doing that in combination with industrial partners. Another aspect of East Anglia are areas where there is very low uptake into further and higher education, and one of those is in Great Yarmouth. And my first ever graduation ceremony was with East Coast College. And we've invested, for those of you that know Great Yarmouth, in renovating a former derelict department store right next to the market, alongside the library and further education, to encourage more to enter and develop skills that the employers around there so sorely need. Universities have a role in the generation of information, research, new data, and we try and help answer some of the world's problems. Some of those are perhaps highly relevant to you. We're doing a study at the moment looking at the relationship between traffic-related air pollution and airway inflammation in primary school children during school pickup times. We also, I don't know how many of you have the aspiration to go into space, it's personally not one of mine, but we are putting research into space, and we're working with the new Quantum Optics Discovery Laboratory, and we're looking at the immense potential of optics and quantum communication. And this project is funded by the UK Space Agency. That's more down to earth is the Premier League football ground, a very short walk from here, and how proud we are of our relationship with Ipswich Town. Not only to follow the football, but it offers a huge number of opportunities for us, for our sports science students. We're also very expert in sport analytics and training, which we do collaboratively. Our partnerships, however, for tonight are very focused on you and your skills and expertise, and the country is just so thrilled that you've decided to study. We've worked with initial teacher training providers across the region, and we know that the school-centred training provided with our SCIP partners provides you with a very strong grounding in teaching and working in schools. Will undoubtedly keep you in good stead for your onward progression. There have been some excellent developments and attainments to note this year, including Colchester Teacher Training Consortium being praised by Ofsted for both the outstanding quality of their education and training and their outstanding leadership and management. We are also delighted to note the hard work being undertaken by Suffolk and Norfolk SCIT and Beck Teacher Training to facilitate the launch of a merged NEST. NEST standing for Norfolk, Essex and Suffolk Teacher Training. I was involved in a merger in leading my previous institutions, and all mergers take considerable energy and effort. The good thing about this, it gives an opportunity to design a new and exciting curriculum for the teachers of tomorrow. You have undoubtedly been resilient, and your postgraduate certificate in education and qualified teacher status is extremely important, but no easy feat. I hope you've made friends with each other and friends in your work environment, because these are so important to supporting your success. I think it's inevitable whenever you embark on a new professional career that some days there feels a horrible weight of expectation. We all talk about the sunny sides and the wonderful days, but there are days when things feel pretty rough and the weight of expectation on yourselves feels a little overwhelming. I think it's important in those moments to remind yourself of the passion and the goals that you had in the beginning, and lean on one another or other support networks, because undoubtedly you make an enormous difference. On the stage and elsewhere, there are a number of early career tutors and teachers who surround you, and there's a lot of peer learning. I make also no apology for saying the person you most need to look after as well is yourself. To keep your own mental health, physical health and resilience as a priority. It's not a selfish thing to do. You can't teach well if you're not well. So coming to conclude, thank you for the feedback you've given us in terms of the National Student Survey and other data points about the quality of the teaching. Overall, this university is doing very well in that regard. We're not perfect, nowhere is, but we certainly are working our way up the league tables, and it's staggering that we've gone up 68 places in the Complete University Guide over the last 3 years. We're also number 1 for Community University of the Year, and that is a culmination of I gave you a small example of some of the community activities, but there are so many more. So, welcome, enjoy the ceremony, and I hope you have further pleasant plans for the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. We now move to the conferment of awards to our students. This is one of a number of congregations during which more than 5,300 students will have been given their awards. Before proceeding, it is necessary for me to read statements of authority for the conferral of the awards that will be made today. I confirm that all eligible candidates have met the regulations and requirements of the awarding bodies and are therefore eligible for their awards. By the authority of the University of Suffolk Senate, all candidates presented at this ceremony, in person or in absentia, will be conferred or granted the degrees, diplomas and certificates to which they are entitled. I now invite Dr. Wendy Lecluse, Associate Dean and Head of Childhood and Education in the School of Social Sciences and Humanities, to present candidates from Beck Teacher Training, Colchester Teacher Training Consortium and Suffolk and Norfolk Initial Teacher Training for their awards.
Good evening, graduates, family and friends. On behalf of the university and all your lecturers, I would like to say how incredibly proud we are of all of our students graduating here today, and offer our heartfelt congratulations on your immense achievements. We will now move to the presentation of candidates for their awards. I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jenny Hyam, to confer their awards. I have the pleasure in presenting the candidates from Beck Teacher Training, Colchester Teacher Training Consortium, and Suffolk and Norfolk SCIT for the awards for which they have qualified. From Beck Teacher Training, for the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Primary, Isabel Lucy Elphick. Emily Fennick. Janine Fitzgerald. Emily Jennifer Harris. Claire Jarvis. Jade McCormack. Lucy Shaw. Lucy Valentine. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary, Robin Alderman. Perpetual Chidinma Aneke. Catherine Bray. Joe Gonella. Victoria Lavender. Ivy Lyle. Yolanda Kutsainabi. Lisa Power. Yoga Rai. From Colchester Teacher Training Consortium, for the Postgraduate Certificate in Education Primary, Holly Allwright. Rhiannon Daisy Chappell. Imogen Dawson. Jessica March. Kirsty Jane Plummer. Sarah Danielle Rookyard. Emma Thompson. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary, Stephen Cambridge. Kerry Martin. Callum McKay. Vishnupriya Rajesh. Maisie Raymond. Charlotte Richards. Ewan Wilson. From Suffolk and Norfolk Skid, for the Postgraduate Certificate in Education Primary, Meg Austin Latham. Hannah Barlow. Georgie Bateman. Lauren Betts. Christina Black. Helen Botting. Erin Buttifant. Francesca Clark. Lucy Curtis. Amelia Dean. Lauren Easter. Olivia Green. Susanna Green. Anna Greenfield. David Hall. Maisie Emma Hutchins. Harry Leeming. Kirsty Marchesi. Robbie McKenna. Aidan Nick Richard Painter. Leah Sales. Freya Neve Shorten. Gemma Skipper. Hannah Smith. Amelia Snook. Madeleine Louise Springett. Evie Town. Eloise Daisy Turner. Jessica Ty Leach. Joanne Wisniewski. Ella Ward. Chelsea Watkins. Emma Wilcox. Meg Louise Wright. Lisa Youngs. For the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Secondary, Scarlett Alford. Caitlin May Ashby. Sean Ella Baker. Jessica Lee Brown. Rebecca Cook. Freya Dawson. Shelby Doré. Claire Dougal. Katie Fuller. Amy Jilks. Helen Humphreys. Olivia Locke. Reese Jordan Milwin. Charlotte Esther Dorothy O'Connor. Madeline Parmenter. Shannon Louise Sewell. Sarah Stevenson. Shannon Taylor. That completes the presentations from Beck Teacher Training, Colchester Teacher Training Consortium, and Suffolk and Norfolk SCIT. Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, and congratulations to all our new graduates.
Thank you, Wendy. I now have pleasure in inviting one of our new graduates, Lauren Easter, to address the congregation.
Vice-Chancellor, graduates and guests, I have the pleasure of giving the vote of thanks on behalf of the graduates from the Suffolk and Norfolk School-Centred Initial Teacher Training and Beck Teacher Training and Colchester Teacher Training Consortium here today. On behalf of us all on the course, it's an honour to be here looking back on the whirlwind that has been our teacher training. First and foremost, we want to give a huge thank you to our family and friends. Without your constant support and encouragement, we're not sure we would have made it through. We'd also like to express our deepest gratitude to the incredible mentors, supervisors, and placement providers who guided us along the way. Your wisdom, patience, and advice were invaluable. Let's face it, teaching can sometimes feel like juggling flaming torches. Except the torches are textbooks, marking, student questions, and occasionally a Wi-Fi malfunction. But thanks to your guidance, we've learned to juggle it all, most of the time. Our time at the university has been truly transformative for us all. The lecturers gave us not only the knowledge we needed, but also enough caffeine to survive those early morning lectures. The collaborative spirit among us as peers and the support from the academic staff has helped us grow into the teachers that we are becoming, and we are incredibly grateful for that. So as we all move forward into our teaching careers, we'll carry with us the lessons we've learned, the friendships we've made, and the memories, some of which may require a sense of humour to fully appreciate. Congratulations again, fellow teachers. The world is ready for you, and your students are waiting. And now, to show our appreciation to our parents, partners, family, friends, tutors, and everyone who has helped us along the way, could I please ask all graduates to stand up? And join me in a round of applause. Thank you. And I wish everyone the very best of luck for the future.
Thank you, Lauren. We're now approaching the end of the graduation ceremony, which will be formally closed by the Vice-Chancellor. Please can I ask graduates and guests to remain where you are while the procession leaves the stage, and our stewards will then direct you accordingly.
So, thank you very much. You're very efficient. It's lovely to have seen you all on the stage. I am going to do the things that universities always do at this point. It's the please keep in touch. And we really mean it. Not only do we mean it because we're nosy and we like to know how your careers go, but alumni create an amazing community amongst themselves, but they also serve often as great inspiration to our students that are coming through. Even though this university hasn't been in existence for a huge amount of time, because of the large number of partners and students, you already join a club of 35,000 strong. So our alumni team will be in touch, and it would be great if you could acknowledge that, and seriously, we'd love to know how you're doing. Your journeys inspire the staff both here and elsewhere. So I am going to formally close the ceremony, but you may or may not realise this is the last of the ceremonies of this particular run. And I honestly have to say, I want to turn to the back and to the stage and to the sides to say the most enormous thanks to the staff that have put this on, the planning that goes into this. And I was leaving about 9 o'clock last night, and I heard a conversation between two staff who were debating who was going to come and water the plants for the arrangement. You know, the every element of it. I am so grateful to the spectacular staff for their organisation. So can we give them a brief round of applause? So, would everybody that can please stand? Now, we as the procession will leave the stage. I formally close the ceremony. Thank you.